Hey good people, it's the new moon and time to set some intentions. My name is Rick Aster, and this reading is especially for the new moon of October 14th, 2023, which is a solar eclipse visible throughout the Americas. It's a good time to set an intention for change in your life, something that stretches your sense of who you are or what you can do. And since this is an eclipse, you might want to choose one that reaches a little farther and maybe choose a few. And as a theme for the reading from the Earth Magic Oracle cards, crystals in reverse. As a theme, this seems to say that there's something interfering with your focus, your ability to concentrate on a particular goal or subject or question. So I'll get some tarot cards and maybe we'll see how that relates. The tarot cards will come from the Light Seers Tarot, starting with the current situation. Okay, and some cards are flipping over, so we'll start here. Hermit in reverse. The Five of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Swords. So you've had time to think about something. Maybe you've looked at different sides of this, and maybe you're tired of thinking about it. Not quite sure yet where it's headed. So that's not a bad place to start from. Then where things are going. The Six of Swords. Well, okay, so getting out of that struggle. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Something about an ending. And the Fool in reverse. Something about a new beginning. So the ending and new beginning are not quite in sight. There is something in the way, but at least the fight or the struggle is over in some way. Then in the Thoughts position, Ace of Wands in reverse. So you don't know where to go with this. The feelings, Four of Cups. There's some dejection or disappointment here. Supportive energy or what's behind you. Chariot in reverse. Well, not needing to move right now. An open space that lets you figure things out and where things are heading or the outcome. The Eight of Cups in reverse. So going back into something that you rejected earlier because now you have a new perspective on it and you can see how it can be better than it was in the past. Well, let me get a card to clarify that. If we're going back into something, why are we doing that? What kind of thing is this? And of course, with an eclipse, sometimes there is the ability to go back into the past. Well, the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this is something that we previously rejected, and maybe we're a little hasty in rejecting it in the past. In other words, we're going back into something that reminded us of the same old problems from all the ages. And now we can look at it and say, well, this is something a little different, or at least potentially it is. Let me get another card on the current situation. What is this problem that you're tired of thinking about? Three of Swords in reverse. Well, something that hurts, something you want to leave behind in the past. And there is that eclipse theme coming up. The eclipse, when it happens, ties together points in the past and the future so that it's more accessible in the present. So if things are coming up at the eclipse or around it, they make you say, well, I thought this was in the past. I thought I was done with this, but here it is again. That is partly the nature of the eclipse. All right, let me see if I can get some more information about the feelings here. The world in reverse, well, that just repeats this message that it doesn't feel like it's over. And notice how many reversal cards there are. This is another indication of going back to something from the past. So it seems like you're picking up some thread from the past. You've got some new angle on it, although it won't immediately be obvious what that is. You just sort of feel like there's something new about it that you can see if you look at it long enough. So let me ask actually about that. What will enable you to arrive at this, either this new insight or the ability to study the problem so that you can get there? And the card for that is the Hanged Man. So just simply patience and being ready to slow down and look at the problem from a different angle. And then the key here, over here, is the Chariot in reverse, that we now have time to look at some of these things that we really didn't have time to look at before. There's an open space for this. I'll get a card on the Chariot, and this is Judgment. So this means it's a useful time to look at the past, see how things actually went. You can get a more total picture looking back, and that's what's going to lead to this new insight. In other words, part of the reason this wasn't clear is that you were in the middle of it back when it happened, and that gave you maybe a peculiar perspective on it. And now when you get the more total picture, not that you ever really have the total picture, but you're able to see it from all sides now. You're able to say, well, this means something. It's something a little different than what it looked like at the time it was happening. So let me go back to the Oracle deck now and get one more card for guidance. This is revisiting something from the past, getting a new perspective and a new angle, a new way to approach this subject or this area. And the card here is Mountain in reverse. So instead of seeing this situation from the past as an obstacle or a nuisance, you can see it as part of your strength. there's something about it that you can say, well, this whole situation shows that I have these abilities, this capacity. There are things I'm able to do, and either this situation shows that, or it's part of the reason that I'm able to do these things. So you're going to find something good about yourself, not just as the saving grace of the situation, but as the actual value of the situation. So look for a new perspective on yourself from re-examining this situation from the past. Well, I hope this can help you to set your new moon intention. I know it's not necessarily the most comfortable thing to be revisiting something from the past, but all the cards are saying this is the perfect time to do it. So good luck with that. Good luck with that intention, bringing it into some kind of physical form between the new moon and the full moon to follow. Happy new moon.